right, hello and welcome. Mike, Dallas-Petersen again. Video number 2. One of the biggest, or one of the most, I guess, interesting automations I've set up that people really love is the ability to have responses from Go High Level, the CRM Go High Level, come into Slack into a specific channel, such as like CRM responses for Michael. What this does is it allows, if you're sitting inside of Slack or you have it open, you'll be able to go through and see if people are actually messaging you, rather than having to go through conversations inside of Go High Level, whatever it might be. It's really, really convenient to, boom, you have Slack where it shows up with that particular person's message, or a direct link straight to the CRM. So let's go ahead and set it up. I hope people can see the value in this. As always, throw me a like, subscribe if you like these kind of automations, and then also throw me a comment down below on things that you want to see. Comment other automations, particularly with like Go High Level, Zapier, anything really, Pipedrive, doesn't matter to me. So without further ado, let's get into it. So what we're going to do is I just have this test in here, for example. Okay, so it's just myself. Here's my phone number. Go ahead and text me. I'm just kidding. So I can just go in, hey, how are you? Want to buy my course? I'm just making this up. So I'm just going to hit send. Perfect. So now I've sent this. So I'm just going to pick up my phone. Boom, I've got the text message just showed up. I got no ringer on because I don't want it to disturb the video. All right, so now what we're gonna do is, since this is working, I've got the number, I'm not gonna show people how to do that. We're gonna go into triggers, okay? We're gonna add a trigger. We're gonna call it CRM responses for Mike or Michael. I'm just gonna do it for myself, if that makes sense. Save. So what we're going to do is the trigger portion of this automation is going to be when a customer replied. Okay, and we're just going to leave it blank. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is we're actually going to execute a webhook. Okay, so in my last video we talked about webhooks. I love webhooks. So we're going to come into here. We're going to make it a new Zap. All right, the trigger of this is going to be the action of this. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off with a webhook, and we're going to catch a hook. All right. So we're going to copy this, and we're going to paste it in here. Okay, we're going to hit save. So in order for this to work properly, I have to respond. Okay, so I'm going to come in here and I'm going to say, yes, I want to buy your course. Okay, boom. All right, so now we're gonna hit continue. Oh, let me just make sure I turn this on, activate. Let's just see if I caught it in time. Let's test it again. Maybe I didn't test it in time. All right, let's just do it again because I didn't. So just so you guys know, I'm not gonna edit this stuff out of here because it's important to know these things. And I'm not perfect. Is that I had this set to draft. So what we're gonna do is I'm just going to copy, and then I'm gonna paste the exact same message. And there we go. All right, so now let's just see if Go High Level picked it up. Boom, here it is. All right, so now what we're gonna do is we have the body of the message. Yes, I want to buy your course right here. So I'm gonna hit continue. All right, so now we're going to go to Slack because we want these responses. Anytime someone responds into the CRM, we want it to come into Slack. So we're gonna send a channel message. We're gonna hit continue. All right. So we're going to go into, I believe, solutions with systems. And then I believe I already made the channel. So let me just find this. It's going to be CRM response Michael. See how I did that? So I always start off with something that's very static. So say, for example, you have 10 reps, right? And you have 10 different names. That's not very static, it's very dynamic. So what I like to do is I like to start off with something that's never gonna change. CRM response is never gonna change. What's gonna happen is inside your Slack channel, it's actually gonna keep it in alphabetical order, right? So the only thing that's gonna change is like the order of the name of the person, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna say, you have a response, response in the CRM from, and then I'm just going to grab show all, and then I'm just going to grab full name. Okay. Just make sure there's a space. A lot of times you can't see that. And then I'm going to put that. They said, and then I just come down here, and then I just type in message, and then I just go message body. Okay. Please click here to follow up with this lead. And make sure you use the check mark emoji when on this post. So what I do is, like, when I post this into Slack, I like them to go through and just put a check mark, knowing that they've got it, right? So I don't have to go through. If I go through the CRM channel, I can see if people are actually responding. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put the link in here. So what we're going to do is, see this link right up in here. What we're going to do is we're going to go to opportunities. We're going to click on my name. Okay. And we're just going to grab this entire link right here, copy. Okay. We're going to put this link down here. And so if you're going to take a look, and we're going to just say ID. Okay. There's the contact ID. So inside of here, see how this right here is that exactly? I'm going to delete that, and I'm going to put this. So what that's going to do is it's going to actually make that URL clickable, and it's going to bring me to that contact dynamically. So every time it changes, it's going to change out this ID, and I can go straight from Slack straight to that person. Okay. And then we can send it as a bot. I always like to do that instead of myself. And I'm going to use just CRM response. And then I like to broadcast, so that way people know it's there. I always like to include a link to the Zap if I ever have to go edit it quickly. I just like to be able to click it. Excuse me. All right, and then I'm gonna hit continue. All right, I'm gonna hit test. All right, so it says it's tested. So let me just open up Slack now. Okay, it's open up on my other screen. Give me a second. Let me just go to that channel.
1 hour later.
Excuse me. All right.
2 hours later. 3 hours later.
Can you move it along? I'm all out of time cards.
Okay, so let's take a look at this. CRM response, Michael. Boom. It says, you have a response in the CRM from Michael Dallas-Petersen. They said, yes, I want to buy your course. Please click here to follow up with this lead. So if I click this, watch this. It's going to take me straight to the contact of me. Boom. Look at that. Look how convenient that is. All right. So now watch this. I'm going to click out of this. I'm going to go into here. I'm going to close. Now, the only thing I really want to do in here as well, let me just move Slack back. Okay. Is this is going to go for pretty much any response. So I like to filter it. So I'll add a filter in the middle of here. I hope you guys saw how I did that. Just added the plus sign. And then I'm just going to choose a field. And then I think it's going to be assigned, or it's going to be user, I believe. Let me just double check. Our owner. Owner. All right, let's just go through and try and find it here. Okay, I think it's something like assigned to, I actually haven't done this for a bit, so. All right, so what we're gonna do, and this is good, we're troubleshooting at the same time. We're gonna assign it, okay? I'm gonna assign it to Larice, okay? So then what I'm gonna do is, okay, great. I'm gonna send that text message, all right? So wait for this to come up. There it is. And then I'm going to go, yes, it is great. Okay. All right. So now what we're going to do is I'm just going to come back into here, and I'm just going to grab a new test. Load more. Oops. There we go. B. So let's just double check if we have a assigned in here now. Should it see, I see this user. So now it's assigned to Larice. So when you're doing your test, you want to make sure that these leads are assigned to people. If not, then you're going to have another channel for unassigned leads. If that makes sense. So you're just going to grab user, boom. So user first name. So user email. So I'll just say user email contains, and then I'll just add her email. So it'll be like this. And I'm gonna hit continue, and boom, it would have come through. So hit close. I'm gonna hit this and turn it back on. All right, so this is just gonna be CRM responses, and technically this would be Laurice. Does that make sense? Because it's assigned to Laurice. So I'm just gonna put that. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open up this again. Just close that. All right, and I'm just gonna respond again in here. So it's gonna come into, hey. So now it should pop up in here momentarily. There it is. And they said, hey, and I said, you know, this is cool. It sure is. So now it's automatically coming in here no matter what, right? So the cool thing is it's going to separate. If we go into Zap history, see how I've got 3 successfuls. This basically says, you know, it's assigned to Laurice, right? So hypothetically speaking, I should have a Slack channel, right? That would be CRM response Laurice, right? That's the only problem with this example here. But other than that, that's how you put those responses into Slack. And this is how you can have an easy, quick and easy, basically click to it, go to the conversation right from Slack. And then what I always do is I always have them come in here and they go check, check. So if they've read it and they've gone through it and they've responded, I just come through, you know, through a day, and then I just have all these check marks. So as you can see, I believe, especially in building your authority here, I have CRM responses, like survey responses, the whole works, right? So I have the same thing going on in, I believe I have it in this channel here. Look at these CRM responses. They're all muted, right? But these are all the CRM responses I have set up, and they're all categorized and they all go to the right person, which is pretty neat. So cool. That's it. That's all I have. If I didn't go over anything exactly and it didn't make exact sense or whatever, just let me know in the comments. Reach out to me, whatever you need to do. But if you got some value, please like it. Please comment another video, or just, you know, what you liked about it and how cool it is. And then, you know, subscribe to my channel, and I'll be coming out with more videos as we go. So it's going to be very, very user initiated. So please comment as whatever you can, whatever you want me to build. I'll put it on a list and I'll get to it. So have a great day.